Okay, guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, perfect. We are finished, okay? So, a second. Okay, as I told you, I will share some additional materials, and I'm looking for in the library, if the library has some books, and if I will share. If I don't find exactly what you want in the library, I will share some content. Don't worry about it. I will publish during this weekend. Okay, the middle layer, the middleware layer, it's responsible for the interoperability and program abstraction, service discovery. The idea is you have the network layer. The network layer, looking for address, okay, to identify one device to other, routing, okay, but if you think about applications, for example, my application is a car, okay? You don't talk about IP, you don't talk about the routing, you talk about cars, okay? You have the one layer of abstraction that you don't need to think in the small detail. For example, when you think about Wi-Fi, okay, you have problems in the physical layer, in the layer of the, for example, how to send data, how in the middleware layer, you don't think about, no, you don't need to think about how to send data in the cable, how to send data in the wireless channel. You think, okay, it's not my problem. In the middleware layer, you think, okay, I need to handle the data. Okay, I'm a car. Okay, the car has wheels. The car has people that drive in the street. The car knows another car. The car don't know IP. The car knows another car. In the middleware layer, you start to talk about the application. You don't talk about the IP, no. You talk in another level of another level of abstraction. It's, for example, on a correlation. You have your herd, you have your veins. To eat, you need to know how the food is processed in your body. Yes or no, guys? Someone can answer it.
Yes.
You don't need to know exactly how your body works inside to eat your food. Am I correct?
No, maybe you just need to know how to use your mouth. Maybe.
Yeah, yes, exactly. But you don't need to know exactly internally how to process. You need to know exactly. You need to know how to use your mouth. No? And it's exactly the middleware layer does. You don't need to know exactly how to send data in the wireless channel. Okay? You need to, for example, the car needs to send data to another car. You need to, it's the same idea. You don't need to know details how the communication works to using the middleware layer. The middleware layer makes this translation. Did you understand the correlation? So now we start to talk about applications, okay? And the first application is the airport application. And the example is the Saudi Arabia Smart Airport. In this airport, you have a lot of sensors. The first sensor that I would like to talk is this one. You have a sensor to detect the line and to handle the key management. I don't know, and maybe you don't know. I discovered it a few months ago. For example, if you go to Mexico City Airport, you see that what's the name of the company, Mexico company? Oh my gosh. Please help me. What's the name of the Mexico company, aircraft company?
Aeromexico or
Aeromexico, yes. You see that Aeromexico has a lot of slot positions in the airport, no? But what I didn't know, and maybe you don't know too, this position is not fixed. It's changing the time. If the Aeromexico has more clients to make the check-in, you have more positions to open. If you don't have so many clients in the lines, you don't need to have more position. You can transfer the position to another company, okay? One in Brazil, in the Guarulhos, is the biggest airport in Brazil. This control is made by one person, okay? You have one person that's monitoring the cameras and see, oh, Aeromexico has, for example, Aeromexico has this number of the people in the line. Oh, Aeromexico needs to have 4 positions, okay? Oh, Latam has, don't need the 3 positions, he needs 2. Close the one and give the next one to United Airlines, okay? In the Saudi Arabian airport, you have an IoT device. And this IoT device monitoring the lines and send to the system and say, oh, Aeromexico needs a new position, and automatically give this position to Aeromexico, okay? Another example is the smart navigation. I remember the first time that I went to the Santa Fe Plaza. I want to eat one place, I believe is Texas something. It's a restaurant that's prepared the American food, okay? It's a nice place, prepare a nice pork. And I use the Google Maps to navigate inside the mall. And I went to the place and didn't see where is the restaurant. It's not here. And I walked more and the Google Earth said, it's here, but I didn't see. Why? Because Google Earth cannot detect the floor. The restaurant, I believe, I cannot remember, is the second or the third floor, and I'm in the 4th floor or the 1st floor, I cannot remember. In this airport, you have a smart navigation. It's a device that see where you are and give you some feedbacks about where you want to go or where you need to go inside the airport. For example, you receive the ticket, okay? O boleto para viajar. And you receive the ticket, and the ticket has a RFID, a small sensor, and the smart navigation detects where you are. And if you go to the totem, you can see, oh, now you need to go to the next layer, to the next floor, or go to the right, or go to the left, okay? It's another nice application that you have in this airport. Another important system is the track behavior. If you get, for example, it's to detect if the guy has drugs or has, for example, apples. The guy most of the time sweat a lot or cannot see you directly, okay? Não podes mirar-te, okay? And in the airport, you have police that is very well prepared to detect this behavior. But you can use sensors like cameras and others to detect these behaviors and automatically generate alerts to the security guys about these behaviors. Okay. But another nice example, this example is very nice, is about how to use IoT in the school day. Please pay attention. It's a very nice example. Just a breaking now. Did you see how amazing is the use of the IoT inside one school day? You can it's not a very feature, it's not featured. If you have Alexa in your home and you can see these things, okay? For example, if you use Alexa, for example, I have Alexa, but you have another. I don't know exactly the name. For example, the Google Assistant in the Apple, I cannot remember the name. But for example, if you have a Google Assistant or the Alexa from Amazon, Alexa can, for example, all the times check your behavior, check what's doing. For example, in my home, I have air conditioner, I have Alexa, and I have a lot of other devices. The system learning about your behaviors and set, for example, including the music. For example, you wake up, the Alexa alert you or wake up you, and can wake up with your best song that you want. There are cities not here in Brazil, but there are some cities in, for example, Singapore, one example. In China too. Yesterday I had a meeting with a guy that worked in China for a long time, and he said, "Oh, all the things in my home is automatically it's a turnkey. I turn on and it's out configured, and I need to go to get the metro or the bus. I buy my ticket by the internet. My cell phone open the gates. It's other things. It's crazy because all the life is connected. there is a price. What's the price, guys? What do you think? What's the price to be everything connected? Who can help me? There is no right answer, okay, guys? Nobody.
It could be the privacy issue.
Privacy issue, Iñaki?
Maybe we can become dependent, and since there are some places where we don't have as much access, like for example, the 5G towers are very intense and have very good speeds, but when you, let's say, go behind a wall, it dramatically goes down. So you have to work around those kind of things, and it can be very expensive.
Okay, perfect. Antonio, go ahead.
Maybe the moral side, because for example, with Iñaki, what he said here, I don't know if it was when COVID was there, but they thought like the 5G towers gave COVID or something like that. Maybe people will feel like too watched over or too controlled, or like feel like this is crazy talk or something like that.
Exactly, perfect. Ernesto?
Well, I think that the most important regarding Internet of Things would be the privacy and legal issues, like just what my peers have mentioned, particularly the how much information do.
Yes, perfect. Thank you very much, guys, for sharing these information. And yes, you have a very connect life, like I said. So sorry, Ernesto. Can you continue, please? Ernesto? Okay, I don't know if you want to talk more. If you want, can go ahead, because it stopped to me, you mute, and I start to talk. Do you want to complement or to finalize what you think?
Yeah, I don't know if, can you hear me now or not?
Yes, now yes.
Okay, sorry, I was walking and probably the connection got lost. But well, what I try to summarize is basically the two main issues are privacy and legal issues or concerns, and also the hardware constraints that every country or locale has to disposition.
Yes, perfect. Yes, it's the questions. I believe, thank you very much for everybody. You capture exactly the main idea. Connect everything. It's a very, in the technical perspective, is a challenge, because it's not connected everything the same way. You need to handle different devices, different protocols, and different requirements. It's a very IoT, all the projects in IoT, in particular when you think about the cities, or you think a big project like aircraft or the cars, it's a very huge project, okay, very huge and difficult project. Because the technical issues about the coverage is a very big problem, okay? Another perspective of the same problem is the privacy. This guy talked about the community in China. And he said, okay, the China, you have cameras in all the place. What is the benefit? Security, no? The security. What's the malefice or the problem? Privacy, okay? And you need to balance these two things. You cannot, it's a very hot topic in Brazil now, because the politics things, but you cannot say, okay, I prefer security than privacy, or I prefer privacy than security. No, you are a citizen. You need to have the both. You have a right to have the both. Okay, it's not an option. It's impossible to government provide me the two things. No, the government needs to provide the two things. Okay, the thing is, you cannot. You need to balance it. It's difficult to balance these two things. And it's a very hot topic today about how to produce IoT systems, or to, for example, how to connect the system without you lost your privacy. You can think about a little more. Sometimes you don't think exactly about the privacy as privacy is. It's changing country by country because the regulations. But I try to explain a very common, depending on the country. In a very simple example, a very funny example. Think the situation. You have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a wife, and today you want to go to play soccer. To play soccer with your friends, nothing more. However, your wife, girlfriend, or girl or boyfriend is very jealous, or is muy celosa, or muy celoso. And you define, oh, I don't do nothing. I play soccer. But if I said to my wife or to my daughter, or sorry, my daughter, no, to my girlfriend, boyfriend, that I play soccer, maybe she's angry or upset about it. What to say? Oh, I stay in the school to study. Okay, it's a lie. It's a lie. However, it's not a problem. It's not a crime. Okay. So you go to play soccer, but in front the field to play soccer, the gymnasium, inside the gymnasium, something happens and you have a TV company film something nothing related to the soccer, and your face appears in the news. And in the TV, your wife or girlfriend, boyfriend, see that you play soccer. It's wrong. It's wrong that you lie, but lie is not a crime. But if you follow the things in the privacy, nobody can expose you like that. There is a very fun meme. I don't know, meme. I believe meme is. This word makes sense to you, meme?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
meme.
Yes.
Well, memes, yes.
Yes. So that you see in US, you have during the basketball or the baseball, you have during the game, you have I cannot remember the name. I believe it's love camera or something camera, kiss back camera or something. The camera show pass for the stadium, okay, and find a couple and freezing the couple, and the people wait to the couple kiss. No, the problem sometimes that the guy that you stay with the girl is not the boyfriend and the girlfriend. Sometimes is a case, something is, and I believe you see it sometimes the guy thinks that, oh, I'm not here, something like that. Yeah, it's funny, but it's not correctly. The privacy, again, back at the privacy, you have the right to be privacy, including in the public place. So it's the big question, it's the 1 million questions inside the IoT, okay? So I show that we have one more video to show you about one application of IoT, very nice application that you need to think about this problem when you think about this application. It's about the smart city. A lot of countries has projects about the smart city. I don't know in Mexico which city you have a very nice project about the smart city. For example, again, Singapore is a nice example. Another one is the Dubai is another example. And I would like to share this video and you can understand better this question.
Just how smart is your city? Chances are it's getting smarter by the year. Many governments around the globe are racing to infuse technology into just about every aspect of its city's operations. And I mean every part, including public transportation, IT connectivity, water and power supply, sanitation and solid waste management, efficient urban mobility, e-governance, and citizen participation. And it does this using every buzzword imaginable, from big data to the Internet of Things. So how does a smart city work? Let's look at 3 examples. Here in Singapore, the city-state might be the gold standard of the most extensive effort to collect data on daily living. The government is now deploying systems that can tell when people are smoking in prohibited zones or littering from high-rise housing. Singapore launched its own Smart Nation program in 2014 and will add more cameras like these so the government can effectively monitor crowd density, cleanliness of public spaces, and even the exact movement of every locally registered vehicle. Much of the data it's collecting will be fed into an online platform called Virtual Singapore that gives the government access to how the city is functioning in real time. It could help the government predict how crowds might react to an explosion in a shopping mall, or how infectious disease might spread. Over in Dubai, more than 50 smart services from 22 government entities have been rolled out as part of the government's Smart Dubai initiative. Using the government-provided app Dubai Now, you can do things like pay a speeding ticket, which likely captured you on a public camera and then emailed you the ticket directly. You can also use the same app to pay your electric bill, call a taxi, track a package you sent to your friend, find the nearest ATM, renew your vehicle registration, track the visa status of a relative, and report a violation to the Dubai police. Now head over to Barcelona, where one research firm estimates the city will save billions of dollars a year in energy costs just by installing smart systems like these. Number 1, smart streetlights. Public lighting that adapts and dims when there's no activity but brightens up when sensors detect motion. The second, parking sensors. Instead of driving in circles looking for a spot to park, drivers can get real-time information on an app which locates free parking spots. Sensors on the street curb use lighting and metal detectors to know if a parking spot or loading area is occupied. And finally, garbage sensors, which are actually compact drop-off containers which have a vacuum network through pipes which sucks up trash below ground. The automated waste collection not only lowers noise pollution from garbage trucks, but also lowers costs and keeps bad odor away. Juniper Research estimates that by 2021, cities will save nearly $19 billion by making their cities smart. But of course, to save money, sometimes you have to spend it first. The global smart city market is estimated to attract $15 billion by 2021, and that's just for software. So now companies from Microsoft to Cisco are aiming for a piece of it. In Singapore, Upton Saidi, CNBC.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC.
Give me a second, guys.
The International. Oh.
Okay. I opened a lot of camera screen here. So, did you see one? This example is a very nice example of the a smart city can support a lot of vital or simple activity of the citizens inside the city. Again, you have a price. You need to take care about the privacy. You cannot use this assignment, this type of information to control the citizens, invade the space of the, for example, of me, of you. It's the challenge, okay? So the idea today is to produce this first impression, this big picture about the IoT. Now, I have one or more, okay, to do in groups or in group, okay. So, what you do? You read this content here. You open, okay. Give me a second. It's the Cisco case study, okay? You have a lot of different case studies, okay, multiple one, about, for example, the transportation, the manufacturing, in the ports, the cable car, water infrastructure, ports, schools, waste management. You have a lot of others, okay? You can select, you can, for example, I want to see only the education. You'll see here. I want to see energy and utility. You have 3 here, okay? Do you understand how to find information? Okay. For example, I will open one. Okay, what you need to do? This case here is the in Sydney. Okay, in this case, you have a video in Sydney. You have a second case in Newcastle. Okay, you can select one, and you can see, for example, and this one you have a lot of cases. IoT inside for public transportation. You select one, you can see the video, and you can read the experience here, okay? You have some slide to read, to understand. Don't worry about if you didn't understand one specific technology, okay? The idea of this exercise is first, select one case, no? Second, how IoT was used in the case. What is the problem? What's the problem that you try to solve? How IoT was used in the case? What is the benefit? Okay. I want to prepare again, organizing in groups of 5 students, prepare 3 slides, and you have 4 or 5 minutes to show this slide in the beginning of the next class. Did you understand? Okay. So, but very important information. Give me a second to open the canvas again. Okay. You go here, give me a pointer here. In this activity here, okay? This activity is exactly what I told you, okay? Okay, you have the same description, okay? But in Spanish, okay? Revisados, temas teóricos revisados em classes, follow this. Here you have the link, okay? The task is describa o problema encontrado, describa tecnicamente como se aplicou a IoT para resolver o problema, ¿Y cuáles son los beneficios de la solución adoptada? Okay? Only these 3 topics. Okay? Prepare um slide and you use here to, where is it? Aqui. Okay? And you use here to send the PDF. Okay? And we will present this material in the next class. Okay? The beginning of the next class, next Friday, you will start the class with this activity. Okay? But please submit the file September 30. I just check here. Yes, you can go to the class, present the material, and you have until 11:59 p.m. to submit the file. Okay? You can make the presentation if you want to change something until the end, and you can submit. For this test, okay, again, in this test, in particular this test, is a group, but I didn't have the groups yet. You show me the groups in next Friday, okay? In this case, all the students need to submit the same file. Okay, for example, the group 1, for example, is José Aran, Antônio, Vitória, e Adrian. For example, group 1. All of you submit the same file in the Canvas. In the next activity in the group, I already create the groups in the Canvas. You don't only the group you submit, okay? But this one, because I don't have the group, you need to submit individually. Did you understand? Yes or no? Okay. So the last thing that I would like to ask you, again, check if you have access to the Slack, okay? And when you have the groups, please send in the Slack, for example, group 1, put a name to the group, okay? I don't know, IoT hackers, for example. Group 1, IoT hackers, Antonio, Iñaki, Awel, and Vitória, for example, okay? And submit in the Slack to see and create my control here, okay? If you didn't submit before, on next Friday, I ask you to do, okay? Any question, guys? Any a question about the activity? No? Any question about anything? Okay, it's okay. So
We have to send the teams in the Slack or
sorry?
or just
Yes.
when
Please, if you can, please, if you define the group, I don't know, maybe you already have, already has the groups. And if you can send before in the Slack the groups, I appreciate it. Okay. If you cannot, for example, you define the group, for example, Friday 8 a.m. Don't worry. Okay. No, it's not possible because you need to do the exercise. But if you cannot submit before, it's not a big issue. Just when you make the presentation, the first slide, please put the name of the group. Okay? It's okay too. Did you understand? Okay, guys. It's all. Any other question? Oh, okay, Jose.
Professor, these teams are going to be the ones in which we're going to solve the problem situation, or no?
About the group?
Yes.
Yes, the group is the group that will follow until the end of the course.
Okay, so it's the one.
It's the same group of the reto. Okay. The change is the reto. I will include the student from Brazil late, but it's the same group where you develop the reto.
And so how many people are going to be the group, counting the Brazilian students? 10 or?
No, because what happened is I have two groups here now. it's 531, 532. In Brazil, I believe no, it's only one group, okay? And the group has 20, 25 students. We design it yet. For example, maybe in the group that you have, enter more 2 or 3 students. For example,
Okay.
5 from Mexico and 2 or 3 from Brazil.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Welcome.
Yep.
Any other questions? No question, guys. Guys, I really appreciate, I really like to teach you. My dad, I need to find a material to complement this class. I will submit in Slack and submit in the Canvas, a book material or a capture, something like that. I'm looking for and submit before Monday. This video you can find in the model, the current model, and in the me classes today late, okay? And it's all. Thank you very much for everybody. Have a great weekend and see you on next week, okay? Any question that you have, you can send Slack or go to Calendly and schedule a meeting with me, okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.
See you Friday.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Have a great weekend.